This week on FMF Unboxed, we're going back to the 90s. Dude!
So I picked up this LED reflector thing at the dollar store for another project I'm working on. It actually came with a bike mount, which I just took my GoPro quick release and hot glued it to the top, so that way I have now a bike mount for my GoPro, and it only cost me $1. And I got an LED light for another thing I'm working on. So, bike mount for $1. Needed a bicycle, so we're just using the old bike we used in the first episode of Black Suits. Lights still work. We shot that thing like 2 years ago. It's a nice night. Alright, so for the audio mix of Scrambled, if we actually listen here...
Nothing you say here will ever leave this room.
Alright, well...
The two audio tracks were recorded at two different levels, and mine was recorded way quieter than it should have been. So, a little bit of work here to even this out. First thing, if we go to Joaquin's voice over here as the doctor...
Doctor-patient.
If we look at the audio here, one track is louder than the other. I do that, that's kind of a backup. It's called audio bracketing. That way, if at any point he gets too loud and the audio clips, I have a backup track that I can use. So, when I'm editing here, I obviously only need just the one track. So, if we click on his track here, I just add a channel mixer. And then that just uses whatever track I select. I also add a hard limiter, which compresses it at -6 dB. That way I absolutely have no chance of clipping whatsoever, and it's just nice and even all the way through. For my audio track here, I had to do a little bit of work here. First thing I did is I added a parametric EQ to just boost some of the high ends, some of the low ends, basically just boost the frequencies in my voice. So if I turn that on, we can hear what that sounds like.
Alright, well, this happened back in 1999. I was about 12 or 13.
Then the next thing I did is I put on dynamics processing, and this is essentially like a compressor and a gate. Again, just eliminating some lower end frequencies, boosting some higher end ones here, and then this will make my voice sound like this.
During summer vacation, I was staying over at my friend.
So we're already getting a stronger signal. Then I add a 20 band graphic EQ and added some master gain, added some of these higher end frequencies, and that makes my voice sound like this.
For the night. I'm sure my parents were glad to finally have the house to themselves for once. They seemed to have been going stir crazy all summer.
And then once again I just add a hard limiter.
Around 10 o'clock, Wally and I had started talking about girls and stuff.
So now, both of our levels are at the same. We're peaking at the same point. And audio is nice, clean. Signals are boosted. And it sounds pretty freaking good. Then I just go ahead and use that 800% trick I talked about in the previous episode to add a soundtrack to the actual story part. And we're done. That's all it needed.
And that's how we did it, which means it's time for Q&A. This week's question comes from Hungry Hungry Harry. Harry wants to know, what's the Frosted Mini Fear cereal made from, and where can I get some? That's a great question, Harry. You know, when I was designing the Frosted Mini Fear cereal box for our Season 2 promos, I had to decide what the cereal would actually be. So I designed it to be sugar-frosted ramen chunks with marshmallow meatballs. It's literally a spoonful of pasta in every bite. When we shot those promos, we just used strawberry frosted mini wheats.
Yeah. You like it pretty good.
It's over there. Because remember, Chad, you're gonna grab the box and refill your bowl.
Well, you should give him a little more than
Yeah, I'm
two.
gonna go back and give him a little
That's
more.
kind of. It's like tempting the fate.
They're strawberry.
So he was almost
That's
done.
nasty.
No, not bad.
He definitely
Yeah, another
needs.
gross.
He needs milk for his, and
It's got to reach for him.
certainly.
No, he doesn't want milk. He wants water.
And fun fact, if you watch the video, Carlos hated it and was struggling to take even a little bite. And Efren could not get enough.
It's so beautiful.
I'm hungry. Now, ruined the shot.
Okay, I already got what I needed.
Alright, finish it up. We gotta go. We gotta go. Yum, 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 yum. I couldn't even say that fast. Oh, God. Did you get that on?
Yeah, I'm still recording.
Yum, 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 yum.
So that's what the Frosted Mini Fear cereal is. It's sugar frosted ramen with marshmallow meatballs. It's not in stores yet, but if you guys want some, let Kellogg's know. Maybe we'll sign an endorsement deal in the future. Thanks for your question, Harry. If you guys have a question you want me to answer on the show, go ahead and leave it in the comments below or shoot an email to frostedminifears@gmail.com. In the meantime, like, share, and favorite this video. And if you haven't already, click subscribe because on Wednesday, it's an all-new episode of Frosted Mini Fears. And 1 week from today, I'll show you how we did it on an all-new FMF Unboxed.